In an investigation into the targeting of members of the leftist political organization Patriotic Union, the Special Jurisdiction for Peace in Colombia established that more than 5,700 people were killed or disappeared.
Responsibility Recognition Chamber of the Special Jurisdiction for Peace in Case 06, where the victimization of members of the political movement Patriotic Union is investigated, concluded that 5,733 people were victims of violence against the organization, of which 5,195 were militants and 538 indirect victims.
The results of the analysis conducted by the court showed that of the 5,733 victims, 4,616 were victims of homicide, and 1,117 were forcibly disappeared. Based on this analysis, the Chamber established that the violence against the OPS militants was predominantly lethal. As for about 2 out of 3 acts of violence against this party took the form of murders and forced disappearances.
The Patriotic Union is a party that was created in 1985 as a result of the peace talks between the former FARC-EP and the government of former President Belisario Betancourt. This data was obtained from information provided by the government agencies and members of the party itself, and research was prioritized in 5 areas of the country, the most critical from 1985 to 2006.
People who thought to exercise the fundamental right to form a political party to participate in the field of democracy and who, in exercising that fundamental right, were victims of lethal violence, a fundamental right that was responded with lethal violence, which is why this is one of the most important and transcendental macro cases currently conducted by the GIP.
The court identified a series of facts in which agents from civilian and military intelligence agencies participated in collusion with paramilitary groups and hired killers who committed crimes against the UP. Agents from the former political police, DAS, the Operational Intelligence Command of several army brigades, and members of the police gave their statements.
As of January 31, 2022, Case 06 has more than 150 participants with a record of submission before the JEP or in the process of requesting it, distributed as follows: 95 members of the Army, 22 members of the DAS, and 13 members of the National Police, in addition to 26 members of other civilian and military intelligence agencies.
This is how the victims reacted.
It shows a permanent violation to the human rights. It is unbelievable that more than 5,000 members of an opposition political party could be assassinated, disappear, and also banish so many people who are still in exile. All of this in a country that calls itself democratic. We believe that the GEP has done an act of justice with the genocide that shames the political history of Colombia.
The court considers that these cases of violence against the UP militants, unlike other macro cases, are defined by the fact that all the victims share the common elements of being members of a political party or sympathizing with it, which is why they were killed.
Hernán Tobar, Telesur, Bogotá, Colombia.